What is going on, all of you beautiful little Christmas elves? It is Colossal Kiwi here, and today we're going to take another look at the legend system that we're going to be getting as part of the Enhancements update for Dying Light and, well, Dying Light the following. And firstly, just remember that this legend system, along with all of the enhancements in the upcoming Enhancements update that's going to take place on February 9th, it's free for everyone. Just keep that in mind. If you see people asking around, just answer for them. Some people seem to be still confused for some reason. This is free. The enhancements are going to be free. It's Dying Light the following that you have to pay for, unless you already have the season pass, in which case you get the following for free. But everyone gets the enhancements for free. I just want to go over that one more time, because there is always at least just a few people who ask, and that's okay as well. So earlier today, Techland released a short video, and by short I mean it's just above 1 minute long, so it's not very long at all, but in that 1 minute or so they do capture quite a bit of information and deliver it to us about the legend system. So I'm going to recommend that you go ahead and check it out. There's a link in the description. If you have not seen that already, I would recommend that you do so now. Just pause this video and then come back to this one after you have watched it. No, seriously, go ahead, I'll wait, it's fine. Alright, let's proceed.
Hi, I'm Maciej Binkowski, and I'm lead game designer of Dying Light.
Okay, so straight off the bat we have two new weapon skins by the looks of things. We've got a machete, and the skin on it is kind of like a sun kind of design, I would kind of describe it as. And then we have a hatchet, and it's like a emerald green marble kind of looking hatchet. Either that or it looks like it's made out of leaves or something. But both of them look really cool, and it's nice that just right away they started off with some new content.
Today I'd like to introduce you to our brand new feature, the Legendary Levels. Upon maxing out one of your skill trees, you'll get access to Legendary Levels.
Right, did you hear that? Magic Binkowski said that upon leveling one of your skill trees to the max level, you will unlock the legend leveling system, and that's really important because he said one skill tree, and we all know we have Survivor, we have Strength, we have Agility, now we're gonna have the legend one, but we don't have to level up all three. By the sounds of it, I mean, he said we just have to level up one, so if your Strength happens to get max first, or your Survivor, or your Agility, it doesn't matter which one, as long as you have one at the max level, you will be able to start ranking up your legend level. So that's a very important piece of information I thought I would just point out there. Also, right here you can see that we need 100,000 XP to get from level 1 to level 2 in the legend system, and this may sound like a lot, but I mean, we're not exactly sure how fast we will gain this XP yet. We do know that the fastest way possible is to play in the Nightmare difficulty, provided you don't die all the time, because that resets the current level of XP that you're on. But 100,000 XP, I mean, I'm sure it wouldn't be too hard to get that. I mean, this is kind of like an extra level thing, so it is going to be slower than level 1 in Agility or level 1 in Survivor. It is going to be a bit slower, I would expect, but you know, it's not going to be too slow at that point. But once I get up to the higher levels, I can imagine it's going to take some time. So once you do max out one of your skill trees, you will see this message come up, and I'll just read it out for you quickly, just in case you're on mobile or anything like that, and it says, Legend levels unlocked. Congratulations! You have maxed out an experience category. From now on, points from this category will be counted towards your legendary level. The legend skill tree has unlocked in the skills menu with a whole new set of skills. As you gain legend levels, you will get access to new player emblems, outfits, and new weapons. So if you've been keeping pretty up to date on the Enhanced Edition and the new legend level system, you would have already known that we're going to get new outfits, new emblems, and new weapons. I mean, I wouldn't say that's old news, but that's just something we already know. It's an established fact. However, what I found most interesting about this little statement here is the thing about how it says, from now on, points from this category will be counted towards your legendary level. So say you max up your Agility and the other ones are not maxed out. You've still got your Survivor and your Power level that aren't max level, it's only your Agility. What you would gain for your Agility is now going to go towards the legend levels, and then say after that you unlock Survivor level, max level, and you still need to do Power. Does that mean that you now have twice the amount of XP going towards the legend levels? Because you're getting the XP that you would get from Agility, and you're also getting the XP that you would get from Survivor, and then if you max out all three of them, then you're going to be getting 3 times as much XP. This isn't a confirmed fact, he didn't state that in the video, but I mean, that's what I can gather from what this is saying, and it sounds like it would work that way, right? I mean, maybe there will be some kind of cap, but it really sounds like if you max out all 3 skills, then you're going to be getting the Legend XP 3 times as fast. So maybe we do know how fast we're going to be getting Legend XP. Very interesting indeed. I mean, obviously it depends on how much you use parkour for agility, how much you use strength abilities and all that. And I'm not exactly sure how the Survivor one would work. Maybe you can actually keep handing in GRE packages, and then that'll get your Legend level up, because as we know, that was a really good way to level up your Survivor level. So maybe if you still have a stack of those like I do, then you could just keep handing those in and get your Legend level up. I don't know, I guess we'll wait and see. I also just want to point out the fact that right now, I've spoken for over 5 minutes about just the first 30 seconds of the original video. Not even 30 seconds. That's how much detail they've crammed into this little video, and I really do appreciate that. Thank you, Techland. I'm really looking forward to the future highlights. But anyway, let's get back to analyzing this video and take a look at some more cool things like the abilities and the skill tree for the new Legend system. Alright, there is a lot to talk about in this little section. There's so much going on, and I'll get through all of it as well. But first, let's take a look at this little icon that we're on, this little skill, and it is unarmed damage increased by 15%. What? Like that sounds really good, right? And you think, well, wow, that's amazing, 15 times damage, even though it's pretty weak to begin with, and you think, well, that's pretty cool. And then you realize that's just rank 1. Out of 25, and if we go forward a little bit and have a little sneak peek at the, he kind of levels it up to level 2 before it changes, and if you just like stop, pause it right between, you can see it's at level 2 and it goes up to 30 times the damage, and the next one is 45, and so if it keeps going up in increments of 15 times, and there are 25 of them, that should end up being like 375, if I've done the math correctly. I may have done that wrong, but what? 300, what? What the fuck? Okay, I'm just gonna be, wow. I can't even speak. I'm just gonna be punching the shit out of everything in this game. Wow, that's amazing, because I love just punching stuff. It's one of my favorite things to do, just use no weapons and just punch things. And now I can do it with like so much more damage. I mean, I don't even know if that's going to ruin it for me. I kind of like how it takes a while with punching. I don't know, but it's... Think about that though. That is an insane amount of damage to be dealing unarmed. So I don't know if there's going to be like a cap, if it is going to go up to like 375 times, or... I don't know, is this actually meant to be 30% more damage? No, it says 30 times more damage. I'm guessing they're just going with 30 times more damage. I mean, it makes sense because it's pretty weak to begin with, but that is something I'm looking forward to. Guys, I just had a thought. Bozak Horde with 375 times the damage on your fists. How amazing would that be? You could fly through Bozak Horde and just punch the shit out of everything. Anything that gets in your way, you just smack it. I'm sorry, this is like really my thoughts are really unorganized right now, but I'm realizing all this stuff. I'm like, this is just amazing. It's alright, let's move on to the next thing. Real quick, before I go on to reading more of the skills or speculating about what they are, I just want to point out that the player is currently level 46. I believe that rank says Indomitable Survivor, I'm guessing the rest of that word is, which is a pretty cool rank name. They need 1.5 million XP in order to level up to level 47, and when they get to level 50, they're going to be unlocking the Brecken outfit. Oh yes, now you can punch TVs in style, you can do it the right way. You know I'm going to be cosplaying as Brecken. I'm going to be punching some TVs. You watch out, people of Haran. I'm going to be climbing in your windows. I'm going to be punching up your TV. Anyway, okay, so let's move on back to the skills. I'm sorry, this video's taking a really weird turn, but that's just what happens when I haven't slept all night at all, and then this comes out, this news comes out, and I'm like overtired, and now I'm overhyped, and it's just, yeah, anyway, let's get into the skills like I said. The next skill we get to take a look at is the throwing one. It increases your damage by 12 times when you are level 8 out of 25. And this is probably one of the ones that I'm not going to spend my points in until I, don't have much more to spend them in. I'm going to leave this till last, or one of the last ones, because I don't use throwing weapons all that often. They're not very effective, although obviously if you invest your points into this little skill, then they will become effective. So, I mean, that's really neat. If you like throwing stars, if you like throwing axes, all the other throwing weapons, then that is good for you. I also only just noticed that at the bottom of the screen it says press Y, which will be triangle on the PS4 obviously, and I'm not really sure on the PC. It says press Y to respec, and if you don't know what that means you're going to reset all of your points, so you'll take all of your points away from those skills, and then you can reinvest them into different things. That's really cool. I only just realized they had that button, and I'm assuming you're going to be able to do it at free will. Maybe there's a limited number of times you can do it, I'm not entirely sure, but that would be really nice. The ability to respec, you're like, you know what? I want to invest into throwing weapons because I want to do a throwing weapons challenge, and then after that I want to go back into stamina, I want to go back into health, and things like that. So that's a really neat idea. Keep that respec thing in. That's a really good idea. Alright, so the next skill we get to take a look at is Stamina, and he is currently level 6 out of 25, which gives him a 6% stamina increase in, I don't know if that's combat stamina or sprint stamina, because as we know, agility stamina and power stamina are two different things. The icon is someone punching, so I'm gonna guess that this is combat stamina, or maybe it's stamina overall. That would be nice, I'm not entirely sure, but the next stage up is 7% increase if you increase it to rank 7 out of 25, and I honestly don't see myself investing all my points into this one either, at least not in a hurry, because you do have unlimited stamina if you max out your skill trees, which you will be doing to get your legend level anyway. However, I can see this majorly benefiting you if you are playing in Nightmare mode, because one of the things that they stressed in Nightmare mode is you are going to use up a lot of stamina, and that's where this skill is going to come in handy. You're going to need that extra stamina boost because you're going to be using it up so quickly, and you don't have unlimited stamina in the Nightmare difficulty. The last one that the player actually hovers over in this footage is the health increase one. So currently rank 4 out of 25, and at rank 4 that gives you a plus 12 health increase. Let me check real quick. Just leaning in real quick, that's just plus 12, that's not plus 12%, that's definitely not 12 times, that's just plus 12 health. And then if you go up to level 5, that'll bring it up to plus 15 health, and so that's a pretty simple one. Everyone likes more health, everyone needs more health, and so that's going to be pretty helpful. Now in this footage, the player doesn't actually hover over any of the other perks or skills, so we don't get to see exactly what they do or how much they increase your strength or your damage or whatever by, but I'm going to go down and just take a guess as to what each one is, starting with the top left, which we already know is unarmed damage, and I'm just going to go down the left side, just go vertically down, and then I'll move over to the right column. So obviously we know the top left one is unarmed, underneath that is going to be one-handed damage, I'm assuming, not just sharp weapons. I mean, there is a machete, but that's just going to be one-handed weapons, I would assume, so it will apply to one-handed maces and stuff as well, so that'll increase your damage for one-handed weapons. Underneath that you'll have increased damage for two-handed weapons, underneath that you'll have increased damage for guns, and at the bottom left you have increased damage for the Bozak bow, and I'm assuming that would also apply to the crossbow. Not entirely sure actually, because obviously we can't quite see it. And the top right we had the throwing weapons, we had the stamina, we have health, and then I'm assuming the one under health is health regeneration rate, and then under that, the very last one in the bottom right is probably the health that you get from consuming medkits. Now if those guesses do happen to be correct, then that would mean that the stamina one is just an increase in stamina in general, because I didn't mention any of the other ones being a specific type of stamina. So the one we were talking about where it gave you plus whatever it was, stamina, I'm assuming that's just going to be stamina overall.
On top of that, every 25 levels, you'll get access to player emblems.
So as you just heard, every 25 levels you are going to get a new emblem, which is pretty cool. I mean, they're not anything special in my eyes. Some of you may really like the way they look. I think the most important thing is the number that's displayed in there, because I mean, if you're rank 250, people are going to look at you and be like, whoa, that person's ranked 250. So that's pretty cool though, every 25 levels you get something different, which is nice. Now along with these new emblems, we're also going to be getting new weapons and new outfits. And let's take a moment to look at the outfits first, starting with this gold one, which looks like LEG in the hood. And then next, look, it's Rais. But look, that's not just Kyle Crane in Rais's clothes. Look, I've paused it right here, as you can see. That is just Rais. It's got his tattoos, that's his face. It's not Kyle Crane wearing makeup. I mean, if it is, then that's just very convincing. Good job, Kyle. But that is like, the player can actually just full on look like Rais. Like I said, it's not just Kyle Crane wearing his clothes, which would be pretty funny. You can look like Rais with 2 hands. I mean, imagine if it crippled you. Imagine if you could play as Rais, but you only had 1 hand. That'd be cool. That'd be a cool little challenge, but that's just insane alone that you can play as Rais. And remember earlier they said that the Brecken outfit is unlockable as well, so I'm not sure if that is... You know what, actually? If my memory serves me correctly, I think you can already wear the same clothes that Brecken wears, right? Like the yellow shirt and stuff, like it's one of the first outfits that you get. So maybe the Brecken outfit does make you look like Brecken, just like this one makes you look like Rais. Then you can really punch TVs in style, my god! And the last outfit we get to see is this red one, which looks okay, but what's most interesting is what Kyle Crane's doing right now. You see that? Is that actually a parkour action that we can perform? I'm assuming they wouldn't go out of their way to just animate that for a trailer, and we are getting new parkour moves, mind you, in the new Enhancements update, and we have seen a preview of just some of these little improvements to the parkour, but this one, I don't think we've seen this one before. I haven't noticed this one before in gameplay, so that'd be really cool. I'm really interested to see how that would look in first person, if that is in fact going to be a new parkour move. Lastly, like I said, we are going to be getting new weapons, and we did see 2 at the start of this video, and we can see one right here. It's another machete. Looks like it's got a blue kind of camo on it. I'm assuming the blood isn't part of the camo, and it's actually just from just slaying zombies. And the next one you see is on a, I think this is another machete. Yeah, it's like a different kind of machete, and it has like a rainbow color on it, which is really cool, like it's a legit rainbow, so that's really cool. And the weapon that he throws right here is actually the same green hatchet that we saw at the start of the video. And next, Kyle Crane is shown holding a fireman's axe, which has like a fiery, yellowy orange kind of camo on it, which looks neat. And at the end we get a quick preview of this yellow and black scythe, and then we also get a look at a crowbar of the same colors but of a different design. But anyway, that is finally it for this video. I'm sorry if you don't like longer videos. If you do, then I mean this must have been great for you, because I did somehow manage to stretch out a 1 minute and 10-second video to nearly 17 minutes. I don't know, I don't like to go into like ramble a bit too much, you know, I don't like to go off topic. I may have done that a little bit in this video, and I'm sorry if I did. I like to stay on topic as much as possible, but you know me, I'm really passionate about this stuff. I like to go really in depth and, you know, without, like I said, without rambling about unnecessary facts or little details. But, you know, if you have any feedback for me, by the way, feel free to let me know. If you want me to be a bit more concise, you know, just let me know, and that's absolutely fine. But thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it informative, and I'll see you in the next video where I will shave my face with a sacrificial short sword. See you guys!